marriage, I think it's fair to say that I've been doing most of the housework, and sometimes that's been frustrating.
I feel like this is gonna be an awkward video.
And in most of the cases, it wasn't something we agreed on, it just kind of happened that way.
Yeah, definitely awkward.
So we're gonna show you how to get your spouse to clean without nagging.
Talk to me, baby, I've been waiting for a lifetime. Just keep on
If you feel like this is gonna be a good video, then please give it a like. And if you're new here and you haven't already, then please hit the subscribe button and the bell icon for notifications. Feedback like that really helps us to understand the kind of content that you guys like. And at the same time, it's very motivational, especially when we have to get through recording videos such as this one.
We've been married for 11 years now, and in the beginning, it was perfect. We went grocery shopping together twice a week. Every Saturday, we cleaned the apartment together. We did dishes in the evening. We folded laundry together in the evening while watching something. It was great. And then my first maternity leave came around, which, to be fair, in Iceland, where we lived at the time, is a year. So I was home for a whole year with our baby, and something changed. And all of a sudden, all the cooking, all the cleaning, and most of the running of the day-to-day of the house was on me.
I mean, is that fair though? Like, was it all of the cleaning and cooking? Like, I feel like I still helped clean a little bit.
Okay, yeah. Most of the cleaning, all of the cooking, and the daily running of the house was on me.
Now, you might be wondering why I'd agreed to make a video such as this one, because honestly, this doesn't seem like a whole lot of fun. And I have my reasons, primarily two of them. First of all, making a video about how to get your spouse to clean by nagging just doesn't seem like a very good video topic.
You never vacuum. It's like I'm the only adult who lives here. I cook, I clean and take care of the kids. I do everything around here.
You are right! I've never seen it that way! We've tried it, it doesn't really work, and nobody wins. Secondly, you are much more likely to get your spouse to clean without nagging if you understand all perspectives. And this is not to excuse myself for when I haven't pulled my own weight, it's just you're a lot more likely to be successful if everybody puts all of their cards on the table.
The thing is, there's a whole lot more to having a clean home than just doing the actual tasks of cleaning. There's the planning out of your time and the activities, and there's also remembering when you walk past something, oh, either I do that now, or I do it tomorrow, because if I don't do it, no one will. And I feel like as we added more kids and time passed, I just ended up doing more and more of the work, and I still was the one keeping the overview. For example, sometimes when I'm making the lunches, one of our kids will come and hand me a birthday invitation. I'll go hang that on the fridge, and then I'll see a bill that needs to be paid. Then I notice on the fridge door that it's really filthy, and I need to wipe that. As I'm wiping that, and I put the cloth away, I notice there's an enormous pile of dirty cloths hanging there that needs to be washed. All those things I either have to handle right then and there or file away for a different time. And that is mentally draining in and of itself. This invisible responsibility is called the mental load, and your spouse might not be aware of it at all.
So basically what you're saying is that in addition to being like the main employee on the factory floor, making sure that the lights were kept on, you were also the project manager, having the responsibility and the overview for getting things done and delegating.
Yeah, exactly. So even if we were to split the work 50-50, I would still be doing 150% of the work.
Odds are, if you're here watching this video, that you are the project manager in your own home with the responsibility of doing things there and then, or capturing them for delegating later, because if you don't, it just doesn't get done.
Yeah, if this sounds familiar to you, if you are the project manager of your home, then write PM in the comments below.
Now, this knowledge of the mental load is key to how to get your spouse to clean without nagging, so it's really important that you bring it to your spouse's attention. No, not like that. Happiness is being understood and appreciated, and that goes both ways. But here's the thing, and to take nothing away from what we've said so far, your spouse also has a mental load, whether that is work, finances, budgeting, insurance, house and car maintenance.
Yeah, goal setting, planning, just health and general well-being.
And we came to a much better place in our relationship when we stopped talking just about the work that each one of us was doing and started talking about the work associated with the mental load as well.
Now, this is a video for how to get your spouse to clean without nagging, and there's more to it than just having your spouse understand that you carry the mental load for cleaning.
Yeah, there are some steps, and the first of which is to have the talk. Now, be proactive about this and don't just wait for that situation where things boil over.
Yeah, it's never a good time to have a rational discussion with your spouse when you're full on yelling at them like, I do all the cooking and you can't even do the dishes yourself, or you can fold your own darn underwear from now on.
So be upfront about it. Be clear that you have things that you want to discuss, but that you also want to hear their side of the story. The second step is to discuss the mental load, and I guess the first part of that is to explain the concept.
Yeah, here you can even watch part of this video with them.
here's an idea. And then you do a quick inventory of the complete mental load that you and your spouse are carrying and identify the areas that are an issue.
So for example, in our house, I cook all the meals, but this really isn't an issue because I enjoy cooking. And to be frank, it probably would taste better if I do it and we'd have a lot less burnt spatulas.
Yeah, you think we're joking.
And then on the other hand, doing dishes, that's something that I do not enjoy and that I think we could definitely split more evenly between us.
A good tip while you're discussing the mental load is to give your spouse the benefit of the doubt. There are almost certainly areas in your life and in your home where your spouse is already doing things to accommodate the way that you would like things to be done without you even recognizing that that's the case.
Or the way they think you want them to be done.
The third step is to make a plan for the actual chores. Discuss the areas that you need to change to make a difference for yourselves and how they need to change.
So for example, when we did this, one of the things we talked about were the dishes. I hate emptying the dishwasher, especially utensils. I hate it. It just became a bottleneck for me when I was cooking if the dishwasher wasn't emptied. So we decided that emptying the dishwasher should be both of our responsibility, but the one who noticed it first should do it right away.
Yeah. It'll only take a minute. And we also try to make an effort to empty the dishwasher before dinner or before we anticipate that we're actually gonna have dirty dishes to put into the dishwasher.
What would be on the top of your list of things that you would like to change in your house? Let us know in the comments below.
Now, not everything is gonna be as straightforward as that, and you have to recognize that you might have areas where your standards of how things are supposed to be done or what constitutes completing a task differ from that of your spouse. And in those situations, it's important not to get ahead of yourself. Pick your battles, start small, be willing to compromise, and build gradually towards where you want to be. And as you're making your plan, remember to discuss things in the context of the mental load, not just the core tasks or chores that you want to see done. And remember that the mental load differs depending on the tasks that you're talking about. The mental load, for example, of you going out and fixing the car is probably going to be greater than for me. And that's not because you're a woman, it's because I'm a mechanical engineer. Not sexist at all.
Yeah, think of it as driving the car that you just fixed. If you're driving down a highway, it's super easy, it's fast, you're just going straight and you know exactly what to expect. But if you're driving down a country road, there are twists and turns in the road, there are no lights in the evenings, and you don't know what's coming next. So when I'm cooking, it's like driving down a highway, whereas when you're cooking, it's a lot more like a country road.
The good thing is, the more responsibility that you have for a task and the more times that you do it, the more that country road turns into a highway.
So be patient with each other and use it as a teaching opportunity to help each other out and to spend quality time together.
And just to drive that point home, if I am emptying the dishwasher and I don't know where anything goes in the kitchen, then that's a mental barrier for me to complete that task. And the more mental barriers strewn across the country road of a given task that you want your spouse to take a responsibility for, the easier it is for him or her to turn that car around and just go back home. A lot of good intentions are killed by mental barriers before those country roads ever get the chance to be paved into highways. As good as we are at making plans and systems and schedules, we almost never get it right the first time around, so we always anticipate having to tweak things. Jet planes are only on track towards their destination maybe 1 or 2% of the time, but they get to where they want to be by making constant course corrections, and that is what you should do too.
Be like a jet plane.
Fly.
Thank you so much for watching. Over here, YouTube has some other videos that you would also like, so check those out after this one.
And we'll see you next week.